Greetings and salutations. Hey, how you guys doing? Dave Duford here at Ford Insurance Group. I'm with Ethan Gladwell at the Medicare Millennials YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Ethan, how you doing today?
Dave, doing well. Good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for being on here because you are holding a very good boot camp coming up on February 18th. In fact, it's the Medicare Sales and Marketing Mastery Boot Camp that we've done a couple times in the past, and it's always been a fantastic event. So I wanted you to come on and explain exactly what it's about, who it's for, and why people should attend. So if you don't mind starting, kind of give my audience a little bit about yourself to begin, and we'll kind of go into a conversation about what the boot camp entails.
Yeah, sure, Dave. Well, again, I appreciate you having me on this morning. My name is Ethan Gladwell. If you haven't checked us out on YouTube just yet, we're Medicare Millennials. It's my business partner, Kenny, and I. He couldn't be here today. He had some other things that he had to get done first thing this morning. So today it's just me. A little bit about me. I've been in the business for 6 years here in April, and we really did not discover the power of Medicare until 2 years ago. And since that 2 years, we have learned a system and really created a system that has since allowed me to write nearly 1,000 Medicare plans in just about a little over 2 years.
Awesome.
So what we teach you guys is there's no fluff. We're going to teach you every single thing that we have learned. We're going to go over our successes. We'll go over our failures. There have been many, many of those. And what we're really going to try and do is just crunch that all into about 8 hours. And our ultimate goal here for you guys will be, I say this a lot, but we're trying to shorten or flatten that learning curve for you guys. Again, taking our 6 years of errors and mistakes and lessons and providing all that information out to you. That way you can become successful, even more successful, even quicker than we did.
So would you say this is for either new agents, experienced agents, or both? Who do you think is going to benefit the most from this?
Excellent question. Here lately on our YouTube channel, we've been really targeting life insurance agents who are selling final expense and how they're missing that opportunity to cross-sell into Medicare, not only making their today money, but also making their tomorrow money and bringing on another policy inside the house, which is also strengthening your retention. But I want to let this be known that this is for everybody. So if this is for somebody that hasn't decided to jump into space just yet, that isn't licensed, somebody that is licensed and only selling final expense. And also something that we don't talk about enough is there's thousands of agents out there that are selling Medicare, but only selling 100 a year. So if you're looking to ramp that up, I mean, we're talking, we've got agents now writing 500, 600, 700 policies a year. So this is for everybody. It's just for people that are ready to take their career seriously and really double down and dig into the Medicare space and show you guys just how rewarding it is.
So give us a little bit of a taste of what somebody could expect as far as training goes when they come to your boot camp.
Absolutely. So as cliche as it sounds, we're beginning to end, A to Z. We're going to teach everything on how to develop a marketing strategy to get in front of people. When you get your leads, how to call them and book them correctly, how to get inside the house, how to sell the policy, how to cool down, get referrals, and ultimately the most important part, because when we're selling Medicare, we're not doing it for the upfront commission, we're doing it for the renewals. So ultimately we focus a huge amount on retention. So we give it all away. There's nothing that we don't, we don't hide anything from you guys. We want you guys to be just as successful, if not more than we have.
And please clarify for the audience, this is a training on the sales and marketing side, not so much Medicare 101. Is that correct? Or clarify if I'm wrong.
So we leave that to you. You have to sit there, and every market is different, right? So yours, Dave, in Chattanooga is significantly different than mine in Texas or here in Michigan right now. So you have to do a little bit of legwork, which we do have if you do participate and purchase this boot camp, we do have a 30-minute call that you could use at any time after. And that's where we could really help you along the lines of take a look at your exact market and see what it is that we could kind of help you out with. But the boot camp is more just along the sales and marketing side of things, because at the end of the day, we see this all the time. You can know every single thing about Medicare, but if you don't know how to get in front of somebody, you don't know how to make them feel warm, you don't know how to sell them, ultimately, it doesn't matter how much you know.
Yeah, this is why I endorse this boot camp and why we've done so many of these for the last couple of years, because the problem in the Medicare space is that the general agency that's out there is just recruiting warm bodies. Like I got into final expense to train agents in 2013, and training was abysmal. It wasn't around. And the reason I bring that up, because Medicare is very much like that. You can walk into a lot of Medicare facilities and learn how to sell this stuff. And what they call selling is just call up the company and learn the products. But they don't teach you a script. They don't teach you to connect. They don't teach you a system to scale and duplicate. And like what Ethan said is very important, is retaining this business. So what better way to learn it than from somebody who's actually doing the thing? Now, I'll add to this, Ethan. I know this is going to be a question with many agents now. We have the pandemic, we have the shutdown, we have a big trend moving towards remote or virtual sales, although many Medicare agents and historically has been face-to-face. Is this something, as far as training goes, explicitly for face-to-face, or is remote or telesales also a component as well?
Excellent question. In fact, I think this is our 4th boot camp, and the beauty behind these boot camps is that we ask you guys for feedback. In that feedback, we learn what we've done well and what we haven't done very well. And after our first one, we realized we really needed to add a segment in there about telesales. Now, both Kenny and I aren't people to sit there and blow smoke up, here. We aren't just, it's not something that we haven't tried before. I, in fact, have been doing telesales for the last year now. And so I would never say perfected the craft here, but I certainly have gotten much better from getting hung up on to making 15 to 20 sales a week over the phone. So yes, sir, we do have a segment in there that specifically talks about telesales and what to do, what not to do, how to stay compliant, of course, how every single insurance company handles you doing this over the phone. Everybody's different.
And this is great because there's nobody else that's teaching this that actually has street cred like Ethan does. Most agents, like the telesales right now in Medicare space, is just really exist in the call center world. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of this independent strategy like what Ethan is teaching. And I mean, I personally think if I was brand new, I know over the next 5 to 10 years, this business is going to manifest into something more heavily on the telesales and virtual side than it is right now. Just the trends all point this way. And there's very few people doing it successfully independently, but Ethan has cracked the code. He's been doing it for a year. He knows exactly what to do. He wrote 350 apps in 7 months back in 2021, 7 months, 350 apps, mostly over the phone. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this is the guy to learn it from. So if you guys are passionate about telesales virtually, you don't want to go out there and brave the weather and brave the people in person. You want to do this virtually, telesales, remotely, whatever. This is a good reason to attend this event. Ethan, what else do we kind of expect from this event? Give us a little bit more as we kind of wrap it up.
We're going to have, we should be having at least one of our vendors coming on, talking a little bit about some other things that you can, opportunities to cross-sell. Right. And then we're also going to have just a Q&A. We try and ask that you guys hold on to all the questions up until the very end of at least that segment, and then we can kind of have a Q&A. Guys, we keep this small intentionally. We're not packing you in some sort of conference room, 100, 200, 300 people at a time, giving very broad, generic information. We're getting 20 to 30 of you guys. That's a small class. That means we can get very intimate. We can get the questions that you have answered. That means we can go over maybe some personal things that you've run through in the past before. We're really going to metaphorically hold your hand throughout this entire process. And we'll also, we're going to throw in, of course, that 30-minute thing we talked about where you can book us at the end, and we'll take a look at your certain situation. You can ask us anything at that point. And we'll also just send you we're just going to send you the paper copy of everything that we go over as well. That way you can make notes.
And you'll have like scripts, you'll have like checklists, sheets, that kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Before we even get started, completely forgot about that. Before we even get started, we're going to send you a file to your email, and it's going to contain scripts. It's going to contain examples of leads, all the things that you're going to use, all the tools and resources that you will need to be successful. We're going to provide that to you right before we start. We're going to ask that you print a few things out, unless you're one to do it on the computer. We're just going to ask that you have that in front of you, and we're going to kind of just go through it step by step. And we're gonna decipher and pick through our scripts and explain to you the psychology behind why we say the things that we say and what we're expecting to receive in return by the client. So we're going through it, guys. Again, this is A to Z. This is, I mean, nobody talks about the psychology of what you say on a script and how somebody should be receiving that. We go over that in detail with you guys.
Yeah, a couple of things I'm going to point out to clarify, because then I can hear the audience asking these questions. Is this an in-person event? Is this a virtual event? It is a virtual event.
Yeah.
So we're going to hold this again, February 18th, approximately 10 a.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern. It will be on Zoom. So as long as you can access Zoom, you can attend this event. So it's not in person. You don't have to travel anywhere. So that's good. Also, this will be recorded. We will have it up so that you can watch the recording of this in the future. It's what we do after all of our events. So if you're worried, oh, I've got to go do something half the time, will I still have access to it? Absolutely, lifetime access as well. There are two different price points, as you'll see at daviddufour.com/Medicare-workshop. You should be links up here or below. Just follow those links to go there. There's two different price points. I want you please pay attention to this. There is a price point if you are not an agent or soon to be contracted agent with Medicare Millennials. And then there's a price point for those of you who are not intending whatsoever to become an agent. So that we price point this lower if your intention is to join Ethan and Kenny's Medicare agency. Okay. We want to incentivize you, because why not learn the business from the pros and work with them? So if you're thinking about or want to do this, then you can buy at the cheaper price. If you have no interest in that, that's cool. You don't have to join. Just pay the higher fee. Okay. And you'll see what those numbers are at the links above or below. And you'll see how to apply a discount to as well if it's still active. It may or may not be. Again, we have a limited time discount going on. I think right now that ends maybe Friday. So I think the video will be out right around that time. And so just make sure that all of that is to note. So Ethan, anything else for wrap it up?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've pretty much hit the nail on the head. Everybody's invited to participate. Obviously, we'd love to have you join us. You know, we've got several agents. I can count 10 off the top of my head right now that have taken this course last year that I've received text messages from saying they just hit their 400th policy. They just hit their 600th policy. So again, we'd love to have you guys. I think 2022 is the year that we need to be very intentional with our business. I think it's the year to grow, and we're here to help you do that.
And guys, I'll add this. Nobody is responsible for your success than yourself, and everybody's results vary. But 1,000 clients in 2 years is 290,000 residual income for life each year, 24,000 and change a month. This is something that for those of you that work hard, get out there and hustle, that it is a real possibility. And I will tell you this, especially if you're life agents, and I think Ethan and Kenny's strategy on YouTube is spot on. There are many of you out here who are listening to this who are life only agents, and you have to go sell to make money. I know it makes sense, right? But there is a different way where you can sell and make money, not just one time, but for many times, many years, in fact. And the system that Ethan and Kenny teaches allows you to do that through the Medicare process. So I highly endorse this. I recommend this course if you have any interest in Medicare. It is absolutely worth every single penny. And just like he said, I know of agents that reported the same incredible results applying their teaching. So go to the links above or below, reserve a ticket while you still can. And Ethan, thanks for being here. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate everything. See you.